I hope I've got a few things to discuss, so I thought I'd make a video. Right, first up, thing I wanted to discuss was basically that there will be no Legion Live episode this week. I am off on holiday, just Monday to Friday, so I think this will be going up on the Monday actually. I'm filming it on, this is Sunday at the moment. So yeah, unfortunately we're going to have a week off on that, though we'll probably have that the following Wednesday. So what will that be? That's going to be the 18th of May. So put that in your calendar if you enjoy watching those. So that's the first thing. Another thing I wanted to discuss is you may have noticed, I certainly have, that I am really close to 1,000 subscribers, which is awesome. It's a good opportunity now to take this opportunity to basically say thank you to everybody who's subbed the channel. Regardless of what content it was for, or how long ago it was, and whether you still watch, you're all appreciated by me. Reaching 1,000, I've always considered that to be an absolutely huge milestone. It's an odd one. 1,000 seems like an important number, and I'm not sure why, but I am close to it. So sometime this week, while I am on holiday, I'm expecting to reach it, so I thought I'd make this video now. Just preemptive to say thank you. Thank you to everybody who has subbed to the channel, who watches, who comments, who give me feedback. I wouldn't be doing this without you guys. I mean, I enjoy making the videos, but there's no more enjoyment than when you get people commenting back and really getting some backwards and forwards, which is why Legion Live is such a huge project, an important project in my eyes for the channel. There's that. I think that was it, to be honest. I've got some scenery I've been working on, so there'll be that coming up on the channel soon. Don't know whether you noticed, my first bat rep went up. It's shaky fest, to say the least. The camera work is shoddy, and that is with a lot of stabilization. So what it does is the software I use, because obviously when you do stabilization, it messes with the frames. What you'll find sometimes is if people haven't done it properly, or if they've used a cheap application, you'll notice that the sides of the actual video wobble. Well, what the software does is it calculates how much wobble it's going to need to stabilize it, and it zooms in. So what you actually end up with is much closer frames on what you're looking at in order to stabilize it, and even then, it's not the most stable video ever. Problem is, I was holding this in my hand, and I was also trying to look at the screen because, of course, this doesn't have a monitor of any kind. So I'm sort of stuck trying to use this while not looking at it, looking to the side, and it gets a bit messy, but I have plans. There's probably going to use the second camera, i.e. the one that you're looking at me through now, to sort of look at a dice tray, so there's no more like trying to look at dice. And that way you could probably set up the camera for each shot and not have to move it all that much. Maybe, I don't know. I'll sort something out anyway, even if it's having a rig. Because the idea is, if you want to stabilise something, I looked into this ages ago, you want to have your hands as far away as possible and in the sort of this orientation. The idea there is, small movements here, big difference. Small movements here, very little difference. You see that there? So if you make a rig, then you can make one of those ones with a gimbal where it's got the camera on top and then an arm and a weight, and then regardless of what you do with his hand, the camera will always stay in its position. So that's one way of doing it. That's the best way of doing it, really. But the problem with that is you can't adjust looking up and down, which of course is a problem if you're looking at a table. if you can't change the angle, it's going to be a right mess. So the plan is potentially to make a rig so I can hold it like that. I don't know. It might not work because of the whole idea of the rolling of dice and that sort of thing. But I'll figure it out. I'm gonna do some research. I'm gonna do some playing around, and I am gonna figure out how to get that camera stable, because it was a pain in the arse, to say the least. So, yeah, sorry. So that was the bat rep. People seem to be enjoying it, which is good. The guy I played with is a friend of mine, Adi. I've known him since I was about 11. So there was a while where we didn't talk to each other through university, just because we went sort of separate ways completely. I moved to a new city, but we've reunited. We're friends united, and I think the fact that we've known each other for so long and we're so comfortable around each other, it comes across in the banter on the video, to be honest, which is only a good thing. I've had comments on the way people like that, so I'm really chuffed with that. I just need to sort out the quality and also the method in which I'm making it. So a little hint here: at the beginning of every single scene, I said the words, "Okay, right, so." Now, when you're making short clips that are sort of 30 seconds long, and at the beginning of every single one you're saying, "Okay, right, so," it gets really annoying. So what I ended up doing is I was having to sort of chop it right after the "so," sometimes between the "right" and the "okay," and sometimes between the "okay" and the "so," just to give it some variation, because it would have been so annoying if you're watching it and every 5 seconds I'm going, "Alright, okay, so," before talking about the table, which would have annoyed me, would have annoyed you. So I'm going to have to come up with a way of talking that isn't bloody annoying, to be honest, and just start talking rather than going, "Right, okay, so," and that'd be much less editing. Most of my editing time was spent chopping that first bit up, and then at the end of each clip as well, I was explaining what we'd be going on to next, which was pointless, because at the beginning of the next scene I was explaining what we were going to do. So you were having like, "And this is what we're going to do. I'll be back in a second. Right, this is what we're going to do." So, yeah. It was a car crash, but I've sorted it, hopefully it's an enjoyable watch. I cut it down for about 1 hour and 10, down to under 40 minutes for the actual footage that we shot of the table. Though, of course, that got expanded by the talking at the end and the beginning. I'm also still looking for feedback from you guys on what you think of that video and ways of improving it beyond what I've just mentioned. Maybe you've got some tips on stabilization, that sort of thing. Unfortunately, I don't know, maybe there's some software that can do stabilization on webcams that I can pass the webcam through before it gets to the computer. Before it gets to the recording software. I don't know. Everything's possible. There may even be a plugin for XSplit which will stabilize the video. You never know. Because of course the expensive cameras that people buy that are a couple of grand, they will have all of that stabilization done on the fly before it saves the video in RAW format. That's why a lot of the videos do seem a lot more steady than what I produced. That's one of the downfalls of using a webcam, though the fact that I've got a big computer attached to it should give me some kind of control, I'm hoping. Maybe I'll find some software. It's basically what I'm saying. Right, I've been rambling on for I have no idea how long, and I've got to get ready for the trip. So, yeah. Well, thank you very much for watching. Sorry again that the Legion Live isn't happening this week. Hopefully we'll get that sorted for the week after, and yeah, think of questions. We haven't really decided on a subject yet, though. Of course, you'll know that the weekend before the show, I would believe. So I would think rather. So do a video next weekend, hopefully on that. Yeah. Right. I think that's everything that I wanted to cover. Sounds about right. So, yeah, if you haven't subscribed and you want to see me get to 1,000 subscribers and do another giveaway competition or something, hit that sub button and become part of the party when I hit 1,000. I think at the moment I'm sitting on 985, I think it is. I don't know. So we're just over 15 left, which is hopefully achievable. You'll probably notice I've started widening and sort of trying to chop the different videos together as well. Gorkamorka with 40k. I haven't done some Frostgrave in a while. Most of the Frostgrave stuff I do is on scenery, though I'm hoping to get some battle reports in. It'd be good practice for the shaky cam situation, to be honest. Yeah, so hopefully I'm catering for everybody, essentially. I don't like somebody... The thought of somebody subscribing for one thing that I'm doing and then realising that I'm not doing it anymore and unsubscribing again. So I'm trying to keep all of the content alive so that everybody who's sub for specific content will still be enjoying it, basically, because I'm not about one particular game system. I've got several going on, so I am aware that each person probably isn't into all the videos I do. That is something I'm very acutely aware of. And if you stuck with me until this point of the video, you are a saint. Officially, you are one of my BFFs forever. Put down in the comments whether you're a BFF, and I'll know you made it to this stage. That has been there for far too long, so I'm going to say it. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.